Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Hilcia and this is Creative Abroad. Today we're going to do day 3 of 5 minutes of 5 days of watercolor. And today we are going to do gradients. And gradients are great because they're kind of a nice form, or it's a nice technique for the sky or a background. And it's actually quite meditative as well. So if you're not even drawing a particular subject, it's just nice to blend colors together and see what they do. So that's what we'll be doing for 5 minutes. All right, so let's get started. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's go. All right, so today let's try to do like a sunset sky. So let's start with, first of all, let's wet the paper. So we're gonna try to just do half the page so that we can practice a little more. So first, let's wet that paper halfway down to the center. All right. Okay, so let's start with kind of this golden yellow. I really like this color. And let's start from the bottom. Put some more color there. Again, with this brush, you can actually squeeze it and more water will come out, but I also have the water jar, so up to you, your preference. So let's get that initial color in. Alright. So I'm going to pretend this is a sunset. So I'm going to put a little circle to kind of make that the sun. And then a little bit of that kind of radiating out. A little bit. Maybe it's a bigger sun. Maybe there's some red in there. Right? When the paper is wet, you can kind of, it's gonna get very blurry and muddy. And that's okay, because you can add the detail after. Okay. Get some more color in there. Again, there's really no wrong way. And since this is kind of a meditation, just enjoy. See what happens when you blend these extra colors together. You know, what happens. It doesn't even have to be a sunset. It could just be colors on a page. Like, don't think you have to be creating something specific. Sometimes just allowing yourself to put colors down is quite fun. So, alright. I like to define that center a little more, so maybe with a dry brush. Typically I like to keep either a paper towel or a napkin nearby just to make my brush a little less wet. And also you can use it to dab, right? So like, let's say that I think that's too dark. Maybe, look at that. So it's almost kind of erasing, but not totally. So let's say I want to define that a little bit more, right? Kind of like we did yesterday, we did that circle, right? Again, you don't have to do a full circle to know you're doing a circle, right? Sometimes not showing everything is just perfectly fine. So maybe add a little bit of shadow there with a different color. Now, if you notice, I'm kind of sticking to these shades. Now, if I wanted to do a shadow, instead of trying to add black, it might be better to do a complementary color. And we can discuss complementary colors in a later video, but it's literally the opposite color to the color that you're choosing on a color wheel. So maybe I can put that up on the screen as an example. So if you wanted to add a shadow, maybe using a blue tint with red would be helpful. All right, well, that's 5 minutes, and that's a little bit of a gradient exercise, and you can do that on this other piece of paper that you have. I'm gonna keep going, and I'm just gonna pick some of my favorite colors, and you know, you can also mix colors together. So I really like this gold and orange color, and you know, just get going. Alright. And then I think I'm gonna just switch now to the yellow. Maybe kind of a burnt golden yellow. Blend those two. I'm gonna let it go down to very light yellow at the bottom. All right. Okay. Let that dry for a bit. Maybe I want to do some swirls like we did yesterday. Let it dry. Or maybe some patterns. I really like this red color. So I think I'm gonna just do some lines. It's very wet at the moment. Maybe some little flowers. Maybe these are little flowers. They're bleeding, but that's okay. Again, we can define that later. I think I'm gonna use kind of this blue color. Let's see. Tomorrow, I think we'll try to add some detail to this so you can see how, you know, you look at something, you're like, oh, it's horrible. This is just like a background, so it's okay. That's what we've got. So we'll add to this tomorrow, all right?